If I wasn't really a Houston Texans fan, when they went down 10-0 from what I've seen in that first quarter, I would have aborted the mission. I would have aborted the mission. I stayed and watched that game. Texans didn't have nothing going for them. Gave you no indication that they were going to win Sunday afternoon. Backs against the wall, the Houston Texans had to have it. No question, they had to have it. Started a game that way when nothing's going for you and turning it around late to pull it out for victory. Stay with it throughout the game. This defense is all world. I'm telling you. An offense that is poor as the Texans, this defense is all world. They're all world. It's like they make the plays when it's most necessary throughout a game. Crucial moments. They can give up big plays at times. They can stay on the field on third down, some crucial situations. But I tell you, they make plays when they got to have it. Defensive line. Daniil Hunter, Will Anderson, ultimate pressure. But you got to have it good on the back end to stretch that quarterback out. You got to have it good on the back end. That was a staple win. But if you're going to sit here and say that you knew the Houston Texans were coming back, you had so much faith that you knew they were going to come back and win that game, there's no way. Millions of fans looked at that game and said, well, the Houston Texans season is over. It's done. Even when Davis Mills hit Schultz at the back of the end zone for a touchdown, you still were saying, just a little bit too late. They're trying to make an effort, but maybe a little bit too late. They're not going to make all these plays they need to make to get themselves back into this game to win it. Davis Mills showed up. After throwing that interception early, the man come back, refocused his mind, and stayed in the game. The man showed guts. You have to give it to him. For all the people who was talking about bench C.J. Stroud early in the season, put Davis Mills in there. I was one of them, matter of fact. Not saying put Davis Mills in there to be your starting quarterback for the future and never bring C.J. Stroud back, but I did want to put C.J. Stroud in the starting lineup just to prove a point, to send a message to C.J. Stroud early in the season. Not so he can keep the job, but to wake him up. And unfortunately, it happens when he has a concussion, he's out. But Davis Mills, when given the proper care, handle with care, right? But given the proper care, meaning film study, going through it over in practice, giving him the reps, game planning. He have enough time to get prepared for an actual game. He can go out there and make some plays. He's been on this roster for a long time. Under maybe different systems, but he's been on this roster. True professional quarterback, waiting for his opportunity. And backing up C.J. Stroud, that opportunity is going to be very slim to none. And pretty soon, something might have to shake where he get an opportunity somewhere else. But he's a hell of a backup quarterback far as system-wise with your team. He don't have but time to sit back, study the playbook, listen to the play calls every week, know what to do, not to do. Went out there and made plays. Even when it was looking bad, the man kept his head in the game and fought it through. Ultimately, running, scrambling, scoring the game-winning touchdown. Who the hell would have thought Davis Mills, from I don't know how many yards far out, but it was a good little sprint, that he was going to make it to that corner for a touchdown. When he took off, it's like, he's going to come up short, but, he's going to get close enough to give it a chance. Man went all the way, grabbed that pylon. Tough. The man is tough. I'm going to say this, and I'm not starting no quarterback controversy. I'm not. But if you pay attention to Davis Mills, his demeanor, the way he talks, even at the podium, man looks like he got some bolas, don't it? Totally different when C.J. Stroud's up there speaking. He sound confident. He sound like a true veteran quarterback that know what he wants. Davis Mills is tough. Not trying to say C.J. Stroud ain't, but sometimes C.J. Stroud come off as a crybaby. All right? Like he's pouting too much. He has a lot of excuses. He's just not jumping up off the field when he gets sacked. Like he's ready to go to the next play. Seems like he's just laying there for a while. Davis Mills jumping right on up, ready to go to the next play. Not looking all around in the sky, trying to find answers. Look, you could sit here and say, well, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they just gave this game away. Yeah, you can say that. But plays had to be made. And Davis Mills made the plays down the stretch. Backed up into his end zone. That crucial throw with the little pressure that he was about to get sacked and threw that ball out. He made some very good timely throws. Davis Mills looked real good. He did. But once again, nobody thought the Houston Texans was going to pull that game out after watching that first quarter. Everything we seen previous weeks showed up here. Backs against the wall, you had to have it. Does this mean the Houston Texans now going to make the playoffs? No, it doesn't. Too much to be done. But this is one little block. Maybe it jolts something to this team. Maybe you could ride this Cinderella story all the way to the playoffs. Can you play perfect? Because I already said you got to win out last week. I said you got to win out. This is a step. Right here is a step. Absolute great win. We'll give them a round of applause. But they had us nervous as hell. Nervous as hell.